So just officially, so you all know right now, the Pour Horsemen, we are trying out. No, what's it called? Auditioning.
Yes.
Auditioning for a movie. We have the friend of the show, friend of the pod back. Our brother Swift Sloan is here today.
The Tubi King.
The Tubi King, really. The Tubi King.
Definitely.
Casey, we're going to throw it to you to start getting us together to make sure that we land this role in the next movie. Go ahead.
All right. I got to find my scene.
Swift. Look at him, Swift. Make sure he... Put the camera on Swift first. Swift, what are you looking for us to do today? You'll introduce yourself and all that again here in a second. But go ahead and tell people on the mic, what are you looking from the Pour Horsemen today so we can land this movie deal? Go ahead.
Do you want something dramatic or like comedic? You know, what are you looking for?
I think dramatic mixed with some comedy. Because that's kind of like your platform.
Okay. All right.
Casey, well, off the top, y'all tried to break me. You can't break me. I'm strong. I'm still here. Y'all did whatever y'all tried to do. You knew she was kissing up on me. You would do nothing. But I'm still here.
All right, Bill. Hold on. Where the comedy? It's too late. You heard it. The moment go.
Killing is my business. And it's good.
Okay, now Phil claims that he's supposed to be a lead actor in one of these movies.
Yeah, I am.
All right, so Phil, this is your opportunity. You got him here right now. What you got? Come on.
So you just gonna leave me like that? It's that easy for you. All right. I catch you next week. Don't be surprised when I pop up on you. It ain't gonna be nice.
Hold on, bro. Why do I feel like that
was real? Hold on. Brother Swift, we gotta go to you real quick. We got a lot of emotion on this side of the room. What you think, brother? Right now, are we signed yet?
Listen, I like both of them.
Yeah, could you use either one of them in a film? And JC, we gonna go to you next. Obviously, I don't want to be in any films. That is not my lane. JC, what role are you trying to be in? Come on.
Damn. I don't know. I'll do it like a voiceover if you got any like animation shit.
Okay.
You're not gonna make it. All right.
I ain't gonna act.
But that was your monologue.
I told you I want to be behind the scenes.
No, he can be a voiceover.
Play smart brother in Undercover Brother 3.
But
you gotta learn to like
friend of the show, brother Swift. Yeah. Please introduce yourself to the audience again. Camera on him, please.
Well, everybody, I'm Swift Sloan. Owner of Swift Motion Pictures. So we make movies, documentaries. We currently working on a bunch of series and things like that. I'm here. Of course, I like coming on the show.
No doubt.
Rocking with y'all, man. When I'm in Houston. So, there was just some good things they just did.
So when y'all do y'all casting calls, y'all really sit at the table and have somebody like act in front of y'all for the.
Well.
You tell them, nah, that ain't it.
We do a lot of, mainly we do our casting calls via Zoom now.
You got it in person right now.
So hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Right, you want to know something? Like that was the first time that I actually been pitched in person.
Yeah,
in a while, because the pandemic, it kind of changed things. I mean, people realize that you can do casting calls in person, but you save a lot of money just doing it on Zoom.
Oh yeah.
But hey, that was
can you really get the I guess the energy and the emotion from them via Zoom? I've seen that, so I'm a Marvel fan, so the Spider-Man, I think he got it was Spider-Man, they got his part via Zoom.
Wow.
And he had to act over Zoom. It's this kid got it, but I was like, how they know if it ain't, in person?
Like, this is how we normally do it, right? So if we see somebody and we take interest in what they do on Zoom, then we'll take it a step further and say something like, okay, why don't you send us in a minute reel of you reading these lines?
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's you can get a feel for it. It's to your point. you do have a point because we didn't have some situations. I'm not gonna say no names, but we done had a couple of situations where people done nailed some stuff on Zoom and sending them videos, and then when they get there in front of the camera, it's totally different.
The lights is
Like
tough.
when you in front of that camera, it's different.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta really like
Lock in.
exactly.
Oh, so y'all, so this side of the room, y'all ready to lock in there?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm always.
They
I
got it
always
there.
shine under the
Camera.
lights. When the lights come on, that's where I'm in my.
Somebody need to check. Somebody need to check Phil's phone though, because the way he nailed that, no, it seemed like he just sent the text message out before he came in here. Like, I got you.
You just caught me at the right time, man. I'm in the zone.
I
man.
just did Antoine Fisher. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
That's what that was.
Have any
I
of
know
y'all
I heard that before.
Yeah, when he was at the door with the old lady, the lady
So
you
you-
stay with.
Okay, did you practice that or was that like one
Yeah,
of your favorite
that was
movies?
off the top. That's like I
Okay.
watched that movie multiple times.
He probably watched at least 10 times. At least.
4.
Okay, that's not bad. I mean,
Don't
cause
come for me unless I send for you. Man.
we not gonna keep doing this in Real Housewives, bro. What are you doing? All right. So, have any of y'all done a real audition before? Of course, excluding you, because we know you in the industry. Have anyone ever done a real audition?
I did,
No.
but it was not what y'all would probably think.
What was it? Bang Bus?
Hell no.
That's what I was thinking.
My freshman year in college, I tried out for the Chuck E. Cheese dude.
What?
Really?
The mascot.
Shit,
Weirdo.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
I needed some money. I was
What
at,
they had y'all
You
do?
didn't get it?
Wait,
I didn't win.
Wait, hold on.
Did you have to?
On the mic, Swift. On the mic, Swift.
I'm
Yeah.
I had to speak. Which was weird because I was like, he don't talk. But it was like I had to project the energy, and they was like, they didn't feel the energy. I was like, yeah, y'all got me trying to be a fucking rat.
You
Like,
didn't get it?
I didn't get it.
That is crazy. Well,
I didn't even get top 3.
So I did a real
You should
audition.
have kept that one to yourself, man.
I did a real
Nah,
audition
the
one time. Y'all remember those Hellraiser movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hellraiser filmed part of their movie in Oklahoma City. I want to say like maybe 2012.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know where someone saw me. I was in a gym doing something. There's a character that has another like alien on their back.
Yeah.
If y'all ever seen the character in Hellraiser, he real big and he got an alien on his back. So some lady was like, "Yo, come meet me at this warehouse." It was it was Barry Switzer's film company.
Mm.
So they was like, "Come meet me at this warehouse. We think you're perfect
The
for
coach?
this film." He has a film thing in Oklahoma.
Mm.
So I show up. I text my wife first, and I was like, "Yo, this is kind of weird, but I'm gonna go anyway." That was
Like,
the
yo, babe, this is kind of weird, but this woman wants me to meet her
at a warehouse. At a
She
warehouse.
wants me to project this.
It was definitely a woman.
Go walk in there. It's gonna be a
It gets
bunch
worse. It gets worse. It
black
gets worse.
dudes.
So they're sitting at like
Jeans on with
they're
no
sitting at like a
drawers.
table. They're
What year
sitting,
was this?
this like 2012.
Oh wow.
Whatever the newest Hellraiser is, like I would have been in that movie. So there's like 5 people on the table.
I can see that.
And they're like, "Come in, and we want you to act aggressive." And I was like, "I've never acted
You
before."
wore your Mr. Marcus hat too?
Nah. First off, they made me peel my shirt immediately.
Exactly. I
Oh
told you.
man.
They're like, "Oh yeah, he fits the profile," you know. There's like, so I peeled my shirt immediately. And, "All right, can you carry one of us?" And I was like, "Oh, this is good." Yeah, 'cause the person got a character on his back.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, "Can you carry one of us?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're light." So I'm carrying like maybe 110-pound Caucasian woman. Put her on my back, and they have me like, there's no lines for this person. You just like grunting and shit like that. I'm like, "Yo, I don't feel right."
My nigga, you was a slave.
Yeah.
But hold on. I get a call back from LA and they say, "Come back and do this." This is before Zoom. This was like, man, I don't even know what they were using as video, like at that time. But they were like, "Come back. They really liked you."
Skype.
It could have been Skype.
Yeah.
They were like, "We really like you. Come back." So I go back. This time I'm down to like my drawers damn near. They were like, "We need to see his whole body because this person doesn't wear anything basically, but They're like an alien.
Man,
if you've
that
ever
was
watched
a slave
Hellraiser,
movie.
Nah, Hellraiser's their wild character. If you've ever watched it.
Okay,
I remember that.
what was the
I
whole
remember the
point
early
of the
80s.
character? What was he doing?
You were just one of the evil people.
The minion.
that worked for Hellraiser.
That was
you
still a
probably
white woman.
out at a grocery store.
I don't know where this happened. I can't remember.
So let's just say you was at a grocery store, because there's no. I mean, that's either there or a gas station where this random white woman will see you.
It was definitely a white woman song.
Yes. So she sees you and she automatically thinks you fit the bill of an evil alien. Think about that. You talk about me with my Chuck
I
E.
love
Cheese
his
story.
back.
That is a
Think
fact.
about that.
That is a fact.
A random
put
white
somebody
woman
white on his back.
He's perfect.
And then
He fits the bill.
they offered to fly me to LA, but I didn't go because then I was like, yo, this might be a casting couch situation. And then I wasn't in the movie. But I did like 2
that they
auditions.
picked.
I saw the person who's in it. I watched
It was another nigga
and he
from
was he wasn't even as swole as me, which made me mad. And that's when I was swole. I was like 300 pounds, like 10% body fat. I should have did it.
You missed out on a payday.
It was like $4,000.
Oh,
It wasn't no real money.
Shit, just a grunt and carry somebody.
Yeah, carry someone. Yeah, like I had like it'd have been like 2 scenes. Matter of fact, I can show y'all. I still have the script in my email.
$4,000.
It was like
I think
$4,000.
that's
So you
that
could've been
type of
like
shit
the-
right there. That's how Homeboy got started. The Green Mile dude.
Oh, so now you sound Michael Clark. Though.
Yeah.
or you could have been
He
like,
was like an
the
extra.
Marvel.
I should have did it. Now that I think about it,
Yeah,
Yeah, the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I could have been in circumstances. Like, to be honest, he could have saw me and been like, "Yo, you can be a villain in one of my movies." I think I am a villain.
Circumstances was off because this white woman didn't. She thought you was an evil alien.
Yeah, bro, that was like my wife will tell y'all, like, she was like nervous for me. She kept being like, "Why do you keep going there?" And I was like, "I don't know."
One day you ain't gonna come back.
That's basically how she felt.
You go get.
And then when
raped
they
by a
offered to
bunch of
fly me to
white-
LA, she was like, "I don't think you should do it." Like, and I was like, "I won't." And I missed out on probably. You know what? Women may not make you greater. Like, I should have went. I should have went. Now that I think about it,
You was at a warehouse with random white people.
random whites for sure, by myself. But I'm swole, so they wasn't gonna do much to me. They'd have to like drug me.
What if they drugged you?
Then I'd have just.
Our character drinks water. You drinks the water. Then they sending you down the well. He puts lotion on him.
Then I'd have had lotion on.
You like the nigga from Silence of the Lambs.
Jeffrey Dahmer was putting lotion on people. They taste better with lotion.
He thinks,
But look, all right,
he thinks blacks takes better.
we gonna get to that. We gonna get it. But let's stay on Tubi real quick.
Yeah.
So Casey and I, and probably Phil too, we spend the most time on Twitter. Our Twitter mentions started getting to. This was like 2 weeks ago too.
Mm-hmm.
We need a podcast that reviews movies, specifically Tubi. Casey with the lob, he goes in and says, "You know what? We review movies already, and we recently reviewed Circumstances 3. We had the director of the movie on, and so we proofing it now. You back here today. We want to talk the Tubi lifestyle, what Tubi is doing for black creators, because every movie that I see is a black movie.
Yeah.
Some of them look like they shot on an iPhone. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Some of them look like they shot on an iPhone.
Yeah.
But there are quality films on Tubi, and we want to hear from Mr. Tubi himself. What would you say is the opportunity for people on Tubi right now?
Well, as an independent, it's the best opportunity. As an independent filmmaker, it's the best situation right now. Simply because they all the eyeballs in the urban community is mainly focused on Tubi, and quite frankly, they pay the most.
Okay.
So I mean, in terms of business wise, you always got to pivot towards what's the best situation. Right now, that's the best situation, but you got a lot of competitors that's coming out of the woodworks and they seeing what's going on. You know how it go. People go to seeing what people doing. Tubi, they started to really blow up in like 2018, after Fox acquired them. And, since then, they've been like really strong in the AVOD space, which is advertisement video on demand. And, that's kind of like probably the strongest streaming platforms out right now because people are tired of paying for these subscriptions. So just to get back to your question, I think that is probably the most they get it. You know what I mean? It's like, for years, people that's been independent filmmakers have been struggling to try to really figure out how to monetize our work. you know, and this situation is probably, you know, it's the best situation right now. I mean, of course, every so often it changes. I'm sure, you know, before it was Amazon. Amazon was the place to be. That's where everybody wanted to be at. But then Jeff Bezos, you know, at some point figured out.
Heat for Bezos, like
No.
Wherever Bill had heat, bro.
That's the loudest.
He don't talk loud at all.
That's the loudest.
What Bezos do to you, bro?
No, I'm just messing around. Bezos, if you see this, don't worry about it. I mean, let's connect, man. And it ain't no beef.
So what you do?
This ain't gonna turn into no Turk situation.
No.
So
We ain't gonna lie. We know. Go ahead.
no, but excuse me. So, but you know, Amazon was the place to be maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. You know,
My favorite movies was on Amazon.
which one
Was that it's that Detroit movie.
It was an independent movie.
Yes, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
When was it on there?
It was on the. I was at
Talking about
Meadow,
Plug
so it was
Love?
like 3 years. Plug Love.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
My joint.
Plug. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. Shout out to Moolah Films. They really did a great service for, you know, people in this space. Like that movie Plug Love, it was very successful. And you got to understand that anytime you have a successful situation, then, you know, you got executives, you got people looking at it, obviously advertisers. I mean, you know, they definitely doing a lot for the culture of, you know, independent movies. So
Amazon just buy. They'll work out a deal where they can stream it on their service, or they just buy it right out.
well,
Movie like Plug Love.
well, no, Plug Love. I'm sure that was a situation where it was a rev share deal, which is basically where the filmmaker, the producers, you put it on the platform and you have to drive traffic there to market it, right? So, but the thing about it is, as you're marketing this movie, if it does well, then they got, you know, the algorithms, right? So the algorithms, you know, when the movie take over, when the movie starts to do well, you know, you got Tubi, Amazon Prime, you know, and they got the most popular section. So when they get to these certain points, then, you know, Tubi or Amazon or whoever, they realize that, hold on, people watching this. So this means ad revenue. This means more dollars. So people like this. So we need to propel this more. We need to, then that's when they start to push it.
And they
So-
put more money and then they receive more money.
Yes. It's, you know, that's pretty much the gist of how, you know, you get paid off of there. But you got some situations where they'll make, like, if you look on Tubi and you see where it says Tubi original.
I have. I just watched Shark Side of the Moon,
Okay.
which is a Tubi original. It's a terrible movie,
Yeah.
but it was a Tubi original. Is
I
that
haven't
one
seen
they
it.
bought?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I haven't seen it, but if it's a Tubi original, it's probably a situation where they either the filmmaker came to them and the movie was already done. They liked it enough to say, we're gonna make this a Tubi original, and they give them a certain amount of money, right, for a certain whatever period of time that they want it on there, and that would be like a licensing thing. But that same business model applies to, like, you know, Hulu or Netflix or whoever else. Most of these places where you see where they have originals, a lot of times either the filmmakers either shoot the thing for them or they come to them with the concept and they like, this makes sense, let's do it.
And kind of talking about the broader sense of the filmmakers, how they get the movie done, as far as, like, I wanted to ask you about this Mike Tyson Hulu thing. Like, so how can you take somebody's likeness like that and make a whole series or a whole movie
Great question.
Yeah.
without? I don't know if you go that deep into whatever because you deal directly, but
Well, it's two words: public domain. So
Wait, so you think Mike Tyson's life is in public domain?
It definitely is.
100%.
Wow.
That's how they got it.
See, here's the thing, right?
and they can use the names and all this
Yes,
stuff.
that's why. Let me give you a good example of it.
Wow.
So y'all familiar with American Greed? That's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite shows. So if you pay attention to American Greed, they do a lot of these stories and they talk about what happened and they give you real names. Well, they're able to do that, which them and a whole bunch of other shows, because public domain is simply them going to Google or them going to the court case or whatever was going on, and they're citing what this person was convicted of. So by law, this is true.
Wow,
You know what I
that
mean?
is crazy.
And that's a portion of it, right?
So we
Think
got the
about
Jeffrey
that.
Dahmer thing,
Yeah.
and some of it was embellished. The lady who didn't live next door. She lived like in the building next door.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
but
she would.
he from there though.
Yeah. Well, we can get into that. I
we
want
still do on Tubi though too. Though.
Right.
Like so
But I just seen those questions like, man, how y'all can take Mike Tyson in? And he was telling everybody not to watch it and all that. I just was wondering like, how can they do that if he didn't sign off on it? Huh?
OJ.
Mike. Yeah. You wasn't on it. You was like this.
They-
You got to, hey, bro. All you got to be
Nah,
Chris. Go ahead.
The OJ situation on FX, right?
Oh,
They
yeah.
took everything.
Yeah.
The characters, everything.
But OJ
Them
got
series
paid though,
be
didn't
good.
he?
No, hell no.
Nah,
Oh,
they
see,
did
I thought OJ got paid.
they did the Versace one. They
Aren't
did
you
the
nervous about
OJ.
him murdering you? OJ's a stabber.
Ain't nobody worried about OJ.
If OJ walked in here right now, he's folding you up.
Man, OJ.
Yeah.
That's
Bro,
it.
bro, OJ is still 260.
That
Full.
boy get squeezed like the juice. Oh, he the wrong one. Shit.
So you said they had public domain on OJ doc. I thought OJ got paid for that.
I don't believe no.
And that was one of the greatest docs I've ever seen.
Versace didn't get paid.
Exactly.
That was great. That's next to Last
That's it.
Dance to me.
Yeah, that joint was tough.
That was a
No, I'm talking about the ESPN one, the documentary.
Oh, that doc.
Yeah, that
I'm talking
documentary.
about the show.
The show
The
was
show
great.
was
too.
great.
The Cuban Gooding Jr. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was
You know,
good
it was
too.
another good one. I seen this on HBO Max. It was about dude that used to do Girls Gone Wild. Y'all see that?
Oh, yeah.
I watched that
I
yet.
watched that.
I ain't watched that.
Hey, I watched that. That was
amazing.
crazy.
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm watching.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
even
watched
know
that.
that he had that whole situation going on right
Yeah.
now.
Me either.
It's
Yeah.
good.
So we won't ruin it for you then because you said
Yeah,
you
I'm
watched
gonna
it.
watch it too.
Shit.
Nah, but we won't ruin it because when you watch it, there's like a twist.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost a twist. Like what was the one with Ja Rule?
Oh, fire thing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Girls Gone Wild dude has a similar twist.
It's crazy.
And then
It's
they
crazy.
doing like, going to the Dahmer thing. You saw that shit on Netflix?
I had to. I
Yeah.
watched the whole thing. It was
He lived it.
insane, man.
So you lived in Milwaukee when all this stuff was going on.
Yeah. I was, that's where I'm from. So when all that whole situation was going on, I mean, man, it's and actually I had a cousin that lived next door to the building. Him and his grandmother. You know, he used to play with Jeffrey Dahmer. His uncle played basketball with Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer used to be at their house.
No.
You know, his grandmama cooked for him. He bringing stuff to him. Yeah, like it was. He lived in the hood.
So this is what's tripping me out. If a random white dude,
That's
I'm
crazy.
not talking about white people, but I'm gonna talk about Dahmer. If a random white dude lives in the hood, I'ma think something is up.
Yeah,
I
'cause
ain't
he
just
was
gonna
by
think
himself.
he cool.
Like-
He was by himself. He
Well,
didn't have no girl. He didn't have no family.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, what's up with this dude?
Well, here's the thing with him though, right? So he stayed in a part of the hood where it's like almost towards downtown, right? It was like, I guess geographically it would be like south. I don't know. It's almost towards the south side, so
Like
southwest.
I guess in Houston, equated to Houston, like
Third Ward to
like how Third Ward is to
downtown.
Midtown.
Right. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So he stayed in one of those areas, and then so in that area you had a mixture of people.
Oh, so it wasn't all the way black.
No, it was
Okay.
like
Okay.
it was a mixture of people because you gotta figure like, I mean, literally, bro, like 7 blocks from his house, you got Marquette University.
Mhm.
Okay.
You know,
That makes sense. That makes
the
sense.
high school. Then I like 10 blocks going that way towards downtown. You got it was a very diverse community, but it was like a impoverished community though.
That's
Are they
crazy.
saying that black people taste better because we put cocoa butter on our skin? Is that true? What are you laughing for?
Seasoning of food
Our-
stuff through our sweat.
It could, bro, like you can smell the Lowrys sometimes on a black person.
When you were watching it, did you feel like that was accurate enough?
I mean, well, to what I know about the story, it was pretty accurate, especially some of the last episodes when he went to prison and that situation and the whole thing with Jesse Anderson. I don't know how far y'all got through it.
I ain't finished yet, but I know the story.
We know the story.
Killed in prison.
But the other dude, interestingly enough, the guy Christopher Scarver who ended up killing him, he killed another guy with him. So did y'all know his story?
No. So is his story the crazy one?
There was 2 high profile cases. Jeffrey Dahmer's story just got the recognition because he was a serial killer, but this dude made national news in Milwaukee. His name was Jesse Anderson. I remember seeing this on TV, when it was happening. And what happened with him was he took $1 million policy out on his wife, right? And he stabbed his wife up at the mall and said that a black man did it and dropped his hat. Well, guess how he got caught? While they was airing this on the news and he talking to the news about it, he bought this hat that he dropped on the scene from a black dude at Northridge Mall at the time.
That's crazy.
And the black dude like, hold on, man, he bought this hat from me earlier, him and his girlfriend. That's how this clown get caught. So Christopher Scarver, I guess he just figured, look, I mean, both of y'all got to go.
He said God told him to do it.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He's like, God told him to do it. But, I mean, now people are sending him money, sending him letters and shit.
Now he a celebrity.
Yes, what I'm saying. People send him stuff.
What's weird, and maybe we can't, I wish we had a woman on the panel right now. I don't understand the women who fall in love with serial killers.
Bro.
Or with murderers. That it's a weird,
women.
It's a weird psychology. I haven't figured it out.
They did a study that women women are number one in watching crime stories.
Oh yeah, true crime is their thing.
My wife watches that shit.
Why is that?
And that's what. Do they want to murder us? Yeah, hold on.
Off the rip, I definitely believe it because it's like
that shit's crazy.
Why?
Bro, if you walk in, I heard Papoose talk about this. If you walk in a women's prison, you only gonna see in the visiting area. You only gonna see grandmothers, with the kids.
No men are going.
And no men. You don't. And he was like, "It's no men."
They have them hoes in the public.
But if you go to a men's prison, it's that whole full. You can't even get in. Like,
I mean, like men. I would say that there's a high probability if the lady goes to prison, they're not showing up. They just back in the streets.
Probably because she ain't had no food.
Oh my god!
But yeah, I don't know how that.
Women like shows like Snapped.
Yeah, Snapped is popular.
Oh, you know what I mean?
You know what? My wife been watching Snapped a lot recently.
Yeah.
Did I do something?
Yeah. Look. She thinking about that white woman that led you to a warehouse that got you half naked, and how you just like went with it.
I definitely was down to draws.
God, she gonna trick you.
I was down to draws. And my wife started watching that Tyler Perry movie again where my man was in the bathtub because he couldn't move his legs.
Oh shit!
Oh,
she started watching that a lot too. I must have did.
It's like, oh, you hungry? You're hungry? Oh, I was like, God damn.
Nah, we need to figure out why do women like true crime so much for real? There's gotta be
a good question.
That's a great question.
Let me see.
As a filmmaker,
should I offer my explanation?
Yes, you should.
Definitely. I want to.
This the Pour Horsemen.
I feel like I need to put a disclaimer out there before I do this.
To who?
To all the women that's watching.
We got a lot of women watching.
Listen,
but if you're not right for sure, Miss Shirley for sure.
No, she gonna let you know.
Well, listen. This is what I think, bro. I think that it's one of those things where women are very curious creatures, right? So they always got to think about it. They always got to know. How did he do this? Why did she do it? Why did she do this?
You ain't lying.
Because deep down inside, they trying to figure out how to kill somebody.
And they the best detectives.
No, I'm joking.
Right mind.
No.
But I feel you though.
Yeah.
I think
if she needs something from the stove.
I think if murder was legal, men would be out the murder game. Like I think we only do stuff. We do crimes because we need money. We do crimes.
Talking
because-
about brothers though.
Yeah, I'm talking about brothers.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think
white
women,
people eating people.
women, bro, like they would probably murder if it was legal.
Like,
Because they
think about
calculated.
the whole thing that's not touched on, like Louisiana. I dated a Louisiana woman. Like that is a thing. Like
It's a real thing.
They can get you out of there just by the food they feed you, and they don't even gotta be poisoned.
My family is from Louisiana. They will get you out of there.
They can get you out of there.
They will get you out of there, and you won't even know. Like you sick over like 12 weeks.
My ex, like we still friends to this day. I remember one time we got in an argument, and next thing I know, it was like a plate of pasta.
Don't eat it.
Nah,
Go to McDonald's.
I'm gonna go to my mom's.
Listen, y'all giving out ideas right now.
I told you my wife was watching Snaps, so I need to.
Prime. Don't eat
I need to
pasta.
figure out what's going on in my house. Maybe I need to like square some stuff up.
Hey,
I'm a little nervous now.
you got any new projects or anything coming up, or something you want to announce to give us an exclusive?
Well, yeah. Actually, we got. I don't know. Well, I don't think we did. No, we hadn't done these. When did I come on here last time?
It was,
last year.
Nah, it was like the,
In the summer.
spring, early spring, like maybe February.
Damn, yeah.
It was before we did Turkey Leg Hut.
So since then, we shot
Yeah.
2 movies. Since then, we shot 2. We got a movie called A Good Day for Everybody, and that is actually out for distribution right now. We actually waiting on a date, so it'll be any day, probably dropping in a couple of weeks. And that movie is very interesting in that it's about this police officer who kills this lady's son, and she kind of takes action into her own hands, but while she's doing this, she's educating this man on, like, you know, the experience, the black experience in this country of like what we go through and why they always do this type of stuff to us, you know. So it's called A Good Day for Everybody, but it's not a good day for everybody.
Gotcha.
Yep. And we also shot Circumstances 4.
I need to see that. So I don't. He started talking to me about it before the pod, and what I tell you to do, stop. Because I'm tied into the Circumstances series now.
Too.
Like I need to see what happens next. Like, and you said that your character from 3 has a more prominent role in 4.
Yeah, well, I mean, if anybody watched part 2 or watched all the series, all the movies, then you would know what happened with the main protagonist.
Yes.
You know, Keyshawn and his girl.
Protagonist.
I'm sorry.
I thought
Right.
you called him something else.
I'm sorry. So,
You thought he came up with
another one. Yeah,
word.
middle guy.
so you would know what happened to them. So it's a lot of different things that's getting revealed in part 4 about Bone, who is the character that I play. I mean, I don't want to spoil it.
It was funny is we have a character on the podcast named Bone.
Oh my God.
That
nigga Bone.
Yeah, we he can't use his real identity because of his career, but we call him Bone as well.
Now, which one is Hoops in?
Hoops is in she's in 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Well, I know she in 3.
Yeah.
Man, look. So we got to ask you right now.
Go ahead.
How can we get Hoops on Pour Horsemen? Like that do I need to fly her in? Like we want that to be a priority.
I'm sure.
To have Hoops on Pour Horsemen.
I'm sure she would do it.
We need that to be done.
Yeah.
Like straight up. Like
Can she still hoop?
Yeah.
like really?
Yeah.
You
She
seen her
can
hoop?
still hoop. Yeah.
Damn.
She can still hoop.
Did she play? Did she play in college or something?
I give Hoops.
I don't know what she, you know what, I didn't ask her where she got it from.
I'm there, right?
She actually tried to bet me a couple of times on some shot. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Hoops. We are making a public announcement. Our brother Swift is gonna share some of our clips, etc., like he did last time. We want you on the Pour Horsemen. We are fans.
Phil just wants you.
That's it.
I
want to act beside you.
No, we
Circumstances 16.
Sorry, the Don. The Don fell in
It's like the main actor couldn't get his contract right and did this nigga.
It'll be like when they changed Harriet Winslow to last.
Oh, yeah. Bro, I heard somebody in there. Oh, my God.
Carl. What the hell? What the fuck?
All right, let's get into a few topics real quick. If y'all watched the Thursday night game, the Miami Dolphins really failed Tua. Like, they put him in a position where there was no way, after just 4 days rest, he should have been playing another NFL football game.
Crazy.
Because the hit that he took wasn't even a real hit.
Got
It was a
slumped
push
It was
down.
a push down,
He got slumped.
Yeah, he got slumped.
but not
it
to
was-
where-
It wasn't a dirty play.
It wasn't
No,
dirty,
no, no,
but I'm
that's okay.
saying it was enough force for him to like go back and he can't control
Can't
it.
control it. But enough to where most time you only see that in boxing, where a guy can't
Locks
control
up.
his limbs.
Yeah, it's-
But his
Locks up.
hands was like scary.
Well, you would see that
my strong hand.
if boxers weren't wearing gloves, you would see the same thing.
Yeah.
It's called decorate posturing. It happens when you have a traumatic brain injury.
Damn.
Tua may not be playing for the
What's
rest
it
of the
called
year.
again?
Decorate posturing.
Wow.
You may not have he may not play the rest of the year, bro.
Man, that's crazy.
Like,
Smart brother.
I am smart, brother. Put me in a movie, brother. So after, I say he at least needs 6 weeks.
Bro, he can't. He should not play.
Because typically that means you have an edema, which is bleeding in the brain, and they're gonna have to monitor that. I wouldn't be surprised if they have to drain his brain.
Like they did, what's the quarterback for the Bears?
Oh,
White boy. They did him like
I
that.
know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. They did the same
McMahon?
thing.
McMahon.
No,
It
yeah,
was McMahon.
It
Yep.
was.
They had to drain his.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if Tua needs to get his cranium drained
That's
in the next week.
crazy, bro.
A boxer just died
I seen that.
from the same injury that Tua has.
What was? Didn't they fire the?
They fired the neurologist.
Jim McMahon.
That's
I said
Jim
Jim
McMahon.
Jim
Yeah. Shane McMahon.
That's why I was saying Jim when he said Shane. I was like, who's that?
Jim. I knew when I said it
He
was
played
right.
for the-
I knew
Bears.
McMahon.
Okay.
He used to wear the headband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But think about that, bro. Like, they put him out there. Thursday night to me is already. We've had several NFL players on the pod. They all have been like, we need at least 7 days to recover before another game.
Unless they put in a Saturday game, and if you get that Thursday or if you get that Saturday, you get that extra day to go and then go a Thursday. Because if they just keep it Thursday, it's still a short time to recover.
I still think Saturday is too soon.
Yeah, but they can break it up to where you still get your days.
We played football.
Yeah.
How did you feel 2 days after that?
That's
No,
just,
I mean,
if you play,
did
I
you
don't know.
play flag? Or
He was a receiver with
You
the
take
lineman.
Texas varsity
Oh,
high
yeah,
school
I forgot.
football.
My bad, my bad.
Texas varsity high school football.
No.
Nah.
He was in middle school. He was a
Say, I-
receiver.
I-
that
He was
count,
a
that
receiver.
count.
Oh, that ain't count.
Backstory, Will plays character. He was a receiver. And he wore a lineman's number. That lets you know.
That's how bad he was.
Good, man. I'm
No,
telling
you
you,
was
man.
not. No, you were not.
I was returning punts number 67.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
They wanted to cut you after the first week.
Poor man.
He had an OT. He had an offensive tackle though.
Shit, Michael Irvin had 97 or 47.
47.
Yeah, that's a horrible number for a receiver.
But to make the point though,
He was on coke probably when he said
it is impossible to play an NFL football game
Yeah.
with 4 days rest.
Bro.
Yeah.
We
Come
used to
on,
have to
man.
play on Monday and it was Monday and Friday in college or something like that. Tuesday and Saturday, something like that. And I would be sore and exhausted then. Now that's basketball.
Yeah, that's
And
basketball.
football, you
Ain't no
get
But,
hit.
and then you down low. They got you playing all
I'm
positions.
battling
Yeah, you
centers
battling
and
centers.
shit.
So you gonna feel it. Now just think about football where it's contact every single play and you exploding
And
off the
you
ball.
Just your joints
That
though.
shit,
People don't take in the concept like the thought of putting your hands in the
Yep.
ground.
Straight up.
On all your weight. When
Yep.
I be
Straight up.
working out with him and I have to use my body weight on my limbs, I be tired as hell. I be even more tired doing like mountain climbers than I'm lifting
Yep.
weights.
So Swift, who's your team then in the NFL?
Packers.
You a Packers fan?
Definitely.
Wisconsin.
Nah, bro. Like, but
Yeah.
So
I
what?
just
Why they
figure-
don't? Why they
I
don't?
just like a lot of black people don't like the Packers though.
No, they
I know
don't.
too.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
know.
They don't,
He's
they
the
don't.
second Packers fan I
That's
know.
what I'm saying. I don't know a lot of black people like the Packers. So explain yourself. What's going on?
He from
I'm
Milwaukee.
just loyal to home.
Okay.
You loyal to Brett Favre?
No.
Boy, Greg, Walter, you on your way. You on your way. Your journalist stuff was going up, brother.
No. I'm just, I'm a Wisconsinite.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
feel
I'm
you.
saying? So,
I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
But it's
so how does
easy
it
to
work
be-
for-
that had to be hard for you.
Consequences 5.
Bold.
Bold
gonna find himself in hell.
No, I'm saying, no. Hey, listen. I ask people all the time, like, man, how did Barry Sanders do that?
Straight up.
Yeah.
That had to be rough on him because
We talked about that 2
he
weeks
was
ago.
so great, man.
for sure.
No
But then
lie.
they lock him into like a bullshit contract. He couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Yep. And
They literally had him in Get Out.
that's
Yeah.
why Calvin Johnson and him retired early.
Man.
But it's I can
Bringing up the past.
you being
All right, man.
you being from there though, it's easy for y'all to be fans of them because
No,
y'all
it's
got
not, bro.
Yes, it
I don't know
is.
a lot of black people who are.
If you're from there,
from Milwaukee.
Well, hey, wait a minute now. Hey, wait a minute now.
Be a fan.
We had Packers had some good years.
No, they had great
Some
years.
good years,
What
man.
you want?
Reggie White?
Chips?
Reggie White.
Yeah.
You
2
had-
chips.
But think about all the people we had that was so good.
Reggie
Donald
White.
Driver, Reggie
Driver.
White,
Yeah.
Freeman.
Antonio Freeman,
They had some good.
Greg. What's his name?
Brett Favre.
Why you calling him like?
That went viral when Greg Jennings put the team on his back.
No, that's Joe Horn.
No, Greg Jennings when
Greg
the dude was like,
And I'm gonna tell you
I'm
something.
just saying,
Joe
Joe
Horn,
Horn used
New
to-
Orleans.
I know, but
but no, that he was playing Madden and Greg Jennings looked like he broke his leg in the middle of the game.
Yes.
And he
Yes.
he was like, "Oh no, Greg Jennings broke the tackle. He put the team on his back though."
Oh, yeah,
And that shit went viral. And
Yeah.
then when Marshawn went, he did the voiceover for that.
Yeah.
And then that shit went viral too.
yeah. But nah, yeah, y'all did have a great player. Then y'all
Charles
got
Woodson.
so why y'all
And the
Charles Woodson.
energy.
And why y'all
energy.
fucking over the quarterback?
Well, I'm
They
not
paid
really
money.
privy to what's going on.
Oh, well-
with the business side.
They
of
traded
it.
the whole team though,
He wanted
They
the
always
money.
doing that.
but they traded the whole team.
He wanted the money. Like
But why he wanted
Devontae
he wanted to
Freeman,
leave though?
he wanted
Adams.
Devontae Adams. I'm thinking about the running back.
I got you.
He wanted his money, of course, and he wanted him to take a pay cut to
He
stay.
did. He did. And
Just like a white man. And that's who you cheer for?
and Aaron Rodgers out there smoking ayahuasca and
Wisconsin.
shit.
And don't get
fined or nothing. Brothers can't smoke
openly
a
talking
zip.
about it.
You can't smoke an ounce if you're a brother.
You can't take Benadryl.
No, you can take Benadryl now. You
At
can
first
now.
you couldn't.
You can now though.
I remember
Yeah,
my
I know what you're saying,
I
yeah.
remember my partner was in the league and
Yeah.
he texted the group like, bruh,
You
this,
can now.
this trainer got me scared as hell because I took some Benadryl for my allergies. And he said if it's found in the test, then it's a wrap.
Yeah, you can't.
Wow.
I know your story as
That's
well.
wild, bro.
I was on. So I'm on an episode of Cribs also.
with your boy.
With my boy
Yeah.
from OU,
What's that nigga name?
Roy Williams.
Williams. Yeah.
So and that Benadryl is like it was a real thing like late 2000s, but now you can do it now. So they figured out that you can't police that. Like that's weird to police that. So all right, so let's talk about Zion. We came in here. I'm gonna be the main one. I was calling Zion fat as hell last year.
I say he was gonna eat himself out the league.
He came back this year.
Y'all been on Zion case since
Bro
he
is
got in the
shape.
league.
Bro is in shape, bro.
His weight, just like as a professional, like you have I guess a professional standard to uphold.
Straight up.
And he hasn't really done that consistently. Like he's the face of an entire franchise. And
But this was injuries we're talking about.
No. He was
body
fat when
weight.
he first came in.
He was fat when he first came. He was
When he
out of
first came in,
shape.
he was fat.
That's how he broke
Was he
his
out of
foot.
shape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
But he was playing though.
according to
And
him,
he played overweight and he broke his foot.
And he was averaging over 20
he
with
was.
But he still broke his foot
But
because he was
according to-
overweight.
According to Zion now, and I don't know how this is possible, he said he jumps higher and farther than any other time in the league.
Bruh, he is.
Mhm.
He said he can almost jump in between the 3-point line and the free throw line off one foot.
That's crazy.
He freakish.
I talk.
Nah, come on, Phil. That ain't. Phil.
I listened to his chef talk about it. He was like, he put him on a strict diet. Like, he couldn't do nothing. Like, he couldn't do anything.
Y'all know the hoop was on the pod. If someone takes off from the middle of the free throw line and the 3-point line,
I don't believe.
I don't want to play no more.
I don't believe that at all. We had Flight White.
No, but we seen a glimpse of that. No, but we seen a glimpse of that when he was in Duke.
Listen to me.
When he flew from the practice.
Go to Phil.
Did y'all see when he was at Duke? When he was at Duke, and the guy he was about to shoot a 3 from the corner, and Zion jumped damn near from the box to block this brother's shot, bro.
Yeah, but
I mean, he's freakish.
That's cool, but jumping from the middle of the free throw line, that's where Nick Van Exel used to shoot free throws.
And he said, Zion said, I can do that now.
No. But I said, we had Flight White on here, and Flight White is like 108 at his prime. He was like 180 pounds, 185 pounds.
Zion is
flying through the air. Zion is 260. I just talked about the feeling that I feel at 230.
Yeah.
Putting weight on my joints when I'm doing these exercises. You know how much explosiveness of his weight that he put on his foot trying to jump from that far?
Yeah.
He's freakish.
No.
It's just
Well,
crazy.
shout out to Flight White. Flight White will be back on the 16th. So give a little people a preview. We're going to preview the NFL or the NBA season with Flight White on the 16th before everything opens. James White, who played for several NBA teams.
He's most known for his time in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
at the Bears.
So he'll be back as well. But now, Swift, do you have the NBA team then? Don't tell me you root for the Bucks.
Bucks, of course.
Oh my
They
God!
Bucks are
good.
good.
Niggas good,
Okay,
bro.
like
How
The
could I
Bucks?
not root for the Bucks?
I kind of not go.
Who your favorite book of all time?
Of all time, I would have to say Giannis.
Oh, I'm about to say, if you said Michael Redd, I'd be like, oh.
Michael Redd was
wow.
cold though.
I'm gonna say this to you. That would be my second choice, and then I take it back. My second choice would be Ray Allen, then Michael Redd.
Mm-hmm.
See, Ray Allen people don't understand that Ray Allen actually could hoop when he was with the Bucks.
Oh, damn.
When he got to everywhere else, he was a spot out shooter.
Seattle.
No, Seattle, he was hooping.
Seattle.
Him and Rashawn Lewis,
But they didn't win no games in Seattle.
No,
When
they
he got
did.
to
They
the
were
playoffs.
all-stars. They went to the second round.
they were both all-stars at one point.
Was he all-star with
Yeah,
Seattle?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
I'll
went to the
take that
second
back.
round.
But when he got to the Bucks, Ray Allen was nuts.
Yeah, he was on.
Like he was dunking on people,
Hanging on the
hanging
rim.
on the
He would
rim.
go to Eastern Conference Finals
That's
one
been Ray
year.
Allen though since college though. If you follow Ray Allen, he
Yeah.
had mad game.
He was cold. He
Cold.
kind of just became a 3-point
Well, as
shooter.
you-
He still balled out for the Celtics too.
Yeah.
Not really though.
He was
Not
a
really.
role.
Did y'all?
He was
He
a role
had
player.
51 in the playoffs.
But he was a role player for the Celtics. If you break down the big three on the Celtics, to me, it was Rajon, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett.
Rajon wasn't like that first year.
What are you talking
Shit,
about?
he was
What are you,
facilitating.
bro, he was averaging almost a triple double in the playoffs.
That first year, he was not like.
Oh, okay. I give you that. I give you
That
that.
year they won the championship,
I give you that.
he didn't
Yeah.
have that role.
I give you
He
that.
took the team over. That's when Ray Allen and him started bucking heads.
I give you that.
Because
Yeah.
he started kind of teetering him out. But I hear what you're talking about with Giannis, though, because this is like more and more, I'm like really liking this dude. I saw an interview where he talked about he just like when he wants to disappear when he's done.
I've seen that.
He was like, I went to Switzerland 2 years ago. They didn't even know who I was. And
Straight
I
up.
loved it. He said, I want to be like Tim Duncan. Like, I just want to just, I don't want to be like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, always in the limelight, in the face, talking and stuff. When I retire, I want to be done. Like,
Yeah.
just
Seen that.
live my life.
I mean, I just, to me with the Bucks though, man, like they benefited from LeBron going west. If LeBron stayed in the East, we wouldn't be hearing all this Giannis talk.
I don't know about
Still
that,
do
man.
his
Man,
thing.
you
listen,
tripping,
listen.
bro.
He'll still do
I
If
it.
see-
LeBron stayed with the Cavs, we would not be hearing all this.
And
I seen Giannis firsthand. Listen, I seen Giannis firsthand. Me watching him come when he was 19 years old, watching him play,
Yeah.
watching the man develop into who he is right now. I don't see that. I think that he was going to be whoever he was going to be. I mean,
Yeah.
if LeBron went to
And people want to play
he
with
still
him.
was going to have a problem.
A lot with that, though, because he don't
You
want
know.
to put the ball in his hands. At first, they had him at just a 4, and he was going to be like a skinny 4, didn't have nothing. Kid was the one who was like, we gonna put him at like a point, put the ball in his hands, and he started
Rebound, take it up court.
His trajectory just kept climbing and climbing because even when LeBron was in Cleveland, his trajectory was going up. Like that was the year he won most improved when he dunked over dude in New York.
Yeah.
And then they start putting the pieces around him and he started getting better and better. He's still not even skilled. He just doing shit off of bully shit and then just
Nah, he got that Euro down pat.
That's just he's not from here, so it's, that's.
I'm just saying he long, like he know how to
listen. We get a strong center and a consistent shooter. It's a problem.
No, Lopez should be on his way out. He's done.
I'm talking about,
and you got a
strong.
Really
That's because he hurt his back.
He hurt his
That's
back.
nothing against Lopez. I'm just, we get a nice strong center. I mean, which you don't need that. Everybody like, okay, well, Jordan did it with Bill Cartwright.
Straight up.
And
that was
Luke Longley.
Were y'all happy when y'all got TJ Ford back in the gap?
TJ, he did his thing. I wasn't like overly excited because I didn't know what he was gonna do until I actually watched him in the game. Like the game that when we won the championship, I actually went to that game, and I didn't know that he was like. I wasn't really paying attention to him like that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
he would have.
I mean, he was a top.
I definitely think they should have kept him. I don't understand why he got traded.
Injury.
Brandon Jennings, he definitely. I'm glad they got rid of him.
Damn! We celebrate Brandon Jennings up here.
I mean, Brandon Jennings did. I mean, we celebrated him because of his business.
Yeah.
Not because of his game.
I appreciate that. Brandon Jennings. Well, I will say this. Because Brandon Jennings came in at the time when our big three, which was Cassell, Big Dog, and Ray Allen, when they faded out.
Man, I forgot about that.
He came after them.
I forgot about that.
So he came after them. So what he did was he served the purpose, him and Darvin Ham at the time, but he just wasn't consistent enough. Like, I'm going to tell you who was a big flop on the Bucks, and everybody really, y'all probably know who I'm finna say.
No.
Bogut.
Jabari.
Oh, Jabari.
He was.
Damn.
He was. And he wanted to go to
But he got injured.
He did get injured.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people still believe in him. So, a buddy of mine who was a sports agent, he asked me. He said, "So, he's at the time before this was like when everybody was still like, Jabari still got it. We ain't gonna get rid of him." He was like,
kid.
"So, who do you think? What you think about Jabari?" I said, "It's over, man. This was like a year and a half before the Bucks decided it was over."
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at him and I'm just like, I go to a lot of the games. And I'm like, man, I didn't see him recover.
Yeah.
Nah.
I didn't see
His body used to break down.
Let me ask you this though. As a Bucks fan, how does it feel knowing that you all was this close to getting Steph Curry?
How?
Well, you know what?
When they got Monty Ellis, it was a toss up. They want the Warriors. It was Monty Ellis. The Warriors wanted to trade Steph Curry to the Bucks and keep Monty Ellis. The Bucks wanted Monty Ellis, and they got Monty Ellis for Bogut.
Yeah.
Wow.
And who did they draft?
I was more.
Who did Minnesota draft before Steph Curry also, and then before the Bucks? What's the point guard? Johnny Flynn.
Johnny
I
Flynn.
thought you
About
were
Johnny
going to say Stephon Marbury.
Nah.
They did Johnny.
We had a chance to get him too.
You're not even talking in the mic no more.
That was years ago. No, I mean, I'm gonna tell you. I think that when you, I'm just one of these people, bro. I firmly believe in things happening the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, like if we would have got Steph Curry, then it wouldn't be a Giannis.
Straight up.
I'm not saying that it wouldn't be a Giannis, but they wouldn't put the emphasis on Giannis. They wouldn't have allowed him to do what he's doing.
That's too much money on one.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like having Jordan and Dominique Wilkins on the same team. It wouldn't have been a Dominique.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Dominique would have turned into Scottie Pippen.
And then Dominique's wife would have been knocking down Jordan's son.
That's insane.
Because that's sad.
You mentioned a name, Glenn Big Dog Robinson.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know how cold.
Yeah.
Can you name someone else that was on that team?
On that team? Yeah, it was Glenn Big Dog. It was Sam Cassell. It was
Vin Baker?
Ray Allen.
I don't think Vin was on it.
Tim Thomas.
Oh, I remember Tim Thomas. Yo.
Wasn't he
Tim
on the Jacksons?
You remember he dropped them that
was on that Bucks team.
9 threes on LA?
Yeah. Tim Thomas was unreal, bro.
Tim Thomas was.
Yo, he was
But
unreal.
didn't he play with Iverson at one point?
He did.
He did.
He got traded.
He got traded.
And that's when
Who
he
did
went
he
to the
come from?
Bucks.
Villanova, right?
Yeah,
Villanova. Yeah. He wasn't he traded for Van Horn?
Keith Van Horn?
No, it wasn't Van Horn.
Damn, we old.
We are old.
Van Horn came from New Jersey. He got traded for somebody, but Tim Thomas was on that team. Who else was on that team?
Scott Williams, right? What was his name?
Scott Williams.
Was it Scott Williams?
What was the center?
It was Williams. Antonio
McDice.
Y'all had Irvin Johnson.
Irvin Johnson. It was the one, the dark skinned brother. No, Anthony Mason.
Anthony Mason.
Wow.
Anthony Mason.
Rest in peace, Anthony Mason.
Yeah, rest in peace.
All right, so does Malika Andrews hate black men, or are we overreacting?
She was tripping.
Trajectory. We talked about trajectory of Giannis going up.
Who the hell is
Malika Andrews?
She's a reporter, ESPN
analyst.
Now she has her own show.
I mean, is it the game? Is it
this the one?
Jump.
The jump.
No,
yeah.
It's the jump.
It's the jump.
But it's a new name now because they took it over.
Right.
Oh,
it was her Jump with Rachel Nichols
and the baby are going just like
yeah,
because their popularity has went.
So what she do now? What she do?
So now,
I told y'all last week when she got on, she tried to get on Homeboy.
Yeah, so that's what she.
It continued.
Yeah. It's a whole compilation of her like really just kind of going off on like NBA players, other people like prominent men that talk about.
But is that her job, or are we? Okay, so here's my thing.
Nah, she be going over
the one I didn't like for sure. The new coach of the Celtics. And I don't know if someone gave her that information or she thought it was valuable to share.
She thought it was valuable to share.
Immediately she says he got arrested in college and he had this case and that case, which has nothing to do with him being the interim coach.
She did that.
And then I started seeing what happened with Giannis.
No, when Buddy died,
more Me Too.
The dude
it's
died.
Some of that.
An extension of
it. It's an extension of that.
When dude died that played for Michigan State.
I know you're talking about.
The
Ford.
Ford.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't think of his name off top. But when he died, she like talked about it, but then she mentions like some stuff that, you know, that he went like some like sexual assault or something.
She's known for that.
Like just random stuff. It's like, come on.
Why is she doing this right now?
I don't know, man.
She's dating a white guy
at ESPN.
At ESPN, right?
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I hate to
Candace Owens 2.0 or what?
We don't know yet. That's the thing.
Not Candace Owens.
But we don't know.
Candace Owens. But it's just like it ain't as tapped in as we thought with the Rachel Nichols. Like when I say her popularity, remember when the Rachel Nichols stuff happened, we're going to talk about her. Everybody was like, oh yeah, she coming up. Because it was either between her or Maria Taylor.
Yeah.
Her popularity was through the roof. And then just slowly and slowly, it's been self-inflicting. Like she's been like losing the public, putting herself in every spot to look bad.
Yeah, and then you got like Taylor Rooks, people like that out here actually doing the work, and people like her.
Taylor Rooks.
That's what I'm saying.
Taylor Rooks is cold.
Yeah,
but what's crazy is Malika got her sister hired at ESPN,
and I love her sister.
But
who's his sister?
The other Andrews.
The other Andrews. I don't know her name.
She do sideline reporting though.
For the Warriors.
When I seen that shit, these days I don't even really pay attention to Stephen A like that no more. But when I seen how she tried to play him and then he
called into his show.
Yeah, she's like, first of all, you ain't gonna
You're not gonna talk about women.
He chopped her down like, yeah.
Not gonna tell me to stop.
Yeah.
That's not what you
And I'm like, and he made sense. He was like, what you talking about? I ain't saying nothing about whatever it is that you talking about.
Yeah.
Like what you talking about?
First of all.
And then
Rachel
the baby? Nichols.
Okay.
No, the baby sells
15,000.
16. It was 16. We're gonna give him his 1,000. He sells 16,000.
Damn.
We gonna give him his 1,000. He get 16,000 his first week. But now they saying he's blackballed. It's not a blackball.
Yeah, it's him.
It's you.
Yeah,
like
it's him.
The antics when he first came out, shooting two dudes at Walmart, protecting his. Hey, that's what's up. And then the way he rapped was cool. Everybody liking it. Then the antics, self-inflicted, slapping people. You know, mind you, I'm not gonna say he was totally in the wrong. Somebody grabbing him trying to grab for your chain and shit like that. You gonna try to protect your stuff. You know, protect your neck. But then the fight in the mall.
Yeah.
recording it, all this other extra stuff.
Fighting his
people,
partner on the tour.
The tour, like all this extra stuff. Like you just steady going down. And then to top it off, his style of rap has not gotten better. It's been the same. Let's go. And then he rapping. It's like it's stale. Like you know what I'm saying? It went sour, and now he's thinking he's blackballed. Is
this the biggest fall off ever?
To me, I said like months ago. Are we seeing the biggest? Like, are we seeing a fall off? Because even this Saturday Night Live shit wasn't even popping. Like, you know, Saturday Night Live. He
was just on there
during his height. He was during the tail end of his stuff. He saw
he was just at a peak with the Rockstar song.
Oh, that
was last 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
2 years is a long time, bro.
2 years is a long time.
That's what I'm saying. Time. Like he on. Yeah.
Think about where we were 2 years ago.
Grammy.
But think about us 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What's happening with us now?
Shit, we was at his park.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Swift was on Circumstance.
What?
He on 7 man.
But nah, so leading into what we talking about Malika, but Rachel Nichols, she was on All the Smoke, and she talked about,
and they support her.
They support her because they knew, like, they was like, that is something iffy. ESPN like really kind of hold that woman.
They did.
Like, they literally spied on her
while she
chose the clip to use. And mind you, that's like,
I don't appreciate her bringing up
giving a girl flowers, sending her flowers and shit. I ain't like that.
I don't appreciate that.
I don't like it. I don't like when people do that shit.
I think there is a space for her to be able to vent to her friends, because we all talk, and I would hate if all of our private conversations made it to public.
Yeah. I would hate for my
you know when you talking though, sometimes you say stuff that you probably didn't plan on saying. So I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt on that, because when you talking to you, I think Rachel been holding that in since
without question.
But
you know what I mean?
When she broke it down, she really put it like they pitted them against one another. Because she was like, she asked the question, which was a great question. She said Maria Taylor did college football. Why wouldn't they try to pit her, like put her up over Reese Davis? They didn't even entertain a thought.
Yeah.
But it's in my contract to do the finals. And then now y'all want me to step aside. Y'all not like telling me I have to. Y'all trying to force me to be like, okay, I'll relinquish it. No, this has been my damn dream. I want this. I want this title.
She wanted that NBA to
and they took it from her. And I mean, that sucked. Like, that was wild to hear.
But I don't like people bringing race into any conversation.
That's true.
And I feel like, yes, it shouldn't have been public, but Rachel, you should have also not have been venting about a racial thing. Because white society has been dominant in all of media, whether you're a man or a woman. Now, granted, women have had less opportunities than the men. So that's the piece that I'm like, if she didn't bring that up, I wouldn't care. But the fact that Matt and Stack rock with her, then I'm a supporter.
But she did bring it up because it was the article that added into it. So
it was tough for me.
It was tough to hear it, but it's like that was the main focal point of them wanting to push her, is because they felt like they had to.
And now she's on Showtime Basketball.
Yeah,
she's their head of like creator content for Showtime Basketball. Matt and both Stephen A. or Stack was like, we can't wait to work with you. You put us on. We know you're going to put on more. Showtime Basketball got Iverson now.
What Iverson do?
He about to start a show with them.
Really?
On Showtime Basketball. So they got a good roster. Like, probably about as good a roster as TNT, if you're being honest.
Because Kevin Garnett can't even say equivalent.
No, that's the funniest clip.
I like Kevin Garnett.
I'm gonna put that clip in this episode.
What he say?
He said, "Quiff."
Yeah. Equivalent or something.
No, he didn't even get close to it.
Dog, that shit was sad to see. I was like, damn, that's that high school education.
No, he didn't go to high school.
He did.
He did.
Do you think he graduated?
Yeah.
Do you think he went to all his classes?
Probably not.
We barely went to all our classes.
When he got cold at basketball, he started basketball late, so when he got cold, he probably stopped. When he got all the...
He definitely didn't learn how to read. Let's be honest. All right, last thing, and this is gonna be Patreon. We don't have to do it right now, but
hell no.
I need to spend time with this.
So spend time with that picture already.
Nah,
We
hell.
can tell.
Hey man, you're
She ain't
disgusting.
that bad. She ain't that bad.
Somebody show Swift the picture.
So Rachel Dolezal was a white woman.
Dolezal is right.
Okay,
She was a white woman that
said she was black, but she was raising money for the NAACP.
With the curly hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She finally on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
We knew that she was gonna hit the bottom at some point. We JC tapped it.
Nah, nigga. That is her. Dude. That is her.
She went and got a BBL.
But how you know?
She wasn't built like that. She wasn't built like that.
So I heard people say that she
wasn't
was
built like that, yo.
She would no. They said she would post like videos and shit of her in the gym.
She wasn't built like that though. Now
And she wouldn't got ass.
Now she's stacked up. She stacked up.
But she looks old and white in the face.
Exactly.
Yeah, because she's white.
Damn.
You didn't know she was white.
She's actually white.
give a damn.
That's somebody said that's why she got the NAACP. That's because she had an ass. She had an ass on it. They like, oh, she must be black. So they
So they giving out awards for ass.
no,
definitely
she
got
was
an
a part
award.
of the NAACP.
Yeah, she got like
That's
a
why-
humanitarian award in Seattle.
Yeah, she was a part of she was running was it Seattle?
Yeah,
She
and
was
now
running
she's
that
gonna
one.
get a humanitarian award for her OnlyFans.
NAACP said, "Look at that AAA." He won her own.
So we won't give y'all everything on this because I want to discuss this more on Patreon. We have a few new subscribers on Patreon as well since
Shout
our
out
last
our new
episode.
subscribers.
Shout out
Thank
our
you.
new
Thank
subscribers.
you, man.
If y'all would like us to say who you are on the episode, we would gladly do that. But we don't know if we're comfortable enough to do that yet.
Hell, we already shouted out.
Hey, send us questions.
We don't know if she
You wanna
is or not.
start doing
We never
questions?
said she was on Patreon.
We want to start doing
no.
questions that
we
we're
should start doing
answering.
questions. We should.
And we're
So,
answering.
Patreons, you can send us questions. We will answer them on behalf of you. But I'm going to talk about Rachel Dolezal for at least 10 minutes on Patreon.
Man, shout out Nancy.
Nancy Cruz.
Nancy Cruz.
Oh, we shouldn't give you full government. My bad.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
going to cut that
But
out.
look, I'm gonna tell you why I'm shouting her out. She put a clip up on her page one time where she was watching our show and someone was making noise, and she was like, "Yo, I'm trying to watch my boys. I need y'all to be
Yeah,
quiet."
I remember that.
I was like, "Yo, she rock with us heavy," so I wanted to shout Nancy out for real.
And what we want y'all to do,
Hey, yo, Nancy, what up, fool?
we before we close, we got to pass it to you because all of the people who watch us right now, we want to immediately send them to Tubi.
got to go to
So-
Tubi, man.
What should they be searching on Tubi to make sure that they don't get the iPhone videos that are made into movies? What should they be looking up? Of
These
course,
theatrical pieces.
we want to share them to your content first.
Yeah, all
Your content first. But then what should we be looking for on Tubi? Because Tubi it could be a puzzle to figure out exactly what to watch. So what you got?
It's a lot of content. Well, like you said, first of all, they need to go watch Circumstances 1, 2, and 3. And part 4 is going to be coming out real soon here. Go watch Untangled and The Rise and Fall of Cuckoo
I'm taking
Cow.
my shit too.
But also go watch Trust Nobody. Go watch
That sounds like
Wait.
somebody getting murdered. On
Code of Thieves.
Code of Thieves. All right.
What else? Child Support.
Child support.
God damn.
Wait, hold on. What else on that? Who's the director there?
Beezy Jones.
Beezy Jones.
Yeah.
We need you on the show.
Child
too.
No bullshit.
Tell us about child support. What is that about?
Man, listen, bro. It's starring Tristan. Keep forgetting my man last name, but that's my guy. It's Tristan and Crystal Dow, and it's about a guy who he basically just dealing with a ratchet ass baby mama
Okay.
who giving him all these problems, and he's going through a child support situation, trying to be a good dad, and everything is hitting him, with all these just negative situations, and he doing his best to get through it, and she's not making it easy.
Is Daddy's Little Girls type vibe?
It's not no. The Daddy's Little Girls was a little bit more on the like it went real left. It don't go that left.
Okay, yeah.
Fish
But-
Bazikas.
Yep, Tristan Fazekas. Yep. That's my man's good dude. So, man, the story is dope. So y'all just definitely got to check it out.
So we in the studio we had, and I won't say her name because she may not want us to know. She was recording an episode with one of the podcasters in here, and it's a movie called Three Way. Have y'all seen that one on Tubi?
I seen it on there. Haven't seen it, but
Watch it.
I seen Faithful.
Faithful also.
That
Which one
was
is Faithful?
crazy. That's another movie with Crystal Dial.
Three Way. So I encourage y'all to watch both of it. If you watch both, watch them back to back. Okay, start with Three Way, then finish with Faithful.
Hit me on the two-way.
Okay, those are wild movies. Like for real, they're really wild. Three Way is so wild.
Where did they shoot that at?
I don't know. But I do know we had one of the actresses of Three Way.
What was her name?
I don't want to say it on the pod. I'll say it after.
Where you be shooting
No,
circumstances?
listen. The reason why I'm saying is because I'm trying to think. I think was somebody in there named Ashley or something?
I'll say it after.
Okay,
I'll say it after.
I think I seen Three Way because it was a joint where they was like in their house.
Yes, it's
Yeah, I
one
seen
camera
that.
shot.
Hey, Texas
I seen it.
Okay.
A Texas couple.
I seen
decides
it.
to keep
Yep.
things
Yeah,
I seen that.
embarrassed by inviting another
that was
woman
crazy.
into their bed.
Go
but
watch
she
it.
has other plans.
I seen that.
Go watch.
Oh, so it's
Three Way.
actually
I
a
thought I
three-way.
seen it.
Just you have to watch it. Like it is the where I would say that Tubi gives you the things that black people talk about without saying. Like we all have these conversations. Tubi is putting them on film.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. So, Brother Swift, before we get out of here, share your information, tell everybody where they can find you, all that good stuff.
Of course, Instagram, Swift Sloan, and you can also go to Swift Motion Pictures on Instagram and all platforms. So that's the main deal. You want to look at
this episode, y'all can find them on Tubi. That's where y'all
Straight
should
up.
be looking.
100%.
Oh, I got a question for Swift before we get out of here. You and Rick Ross relationship. I'll be seeing you at the big house and stuff, and you always liking your pictures. What's that about? How did you and Rick get so close?
Yeah, well, I'm a part of a thing called the Boss Up Conference.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah, it's a
Video just had-
it's a organization that they put together. Him and his partner Alex Bostic,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty much about a group of entrepreneurs. Who people get together, they share ideas. Share resources.
Yeah.
And just do a lot of networking, but it's on a high level. So I mean, it was a great situation for me. What I mean? Like it drove up sales. Also I was able to connect with a lot of people. You know what I mean? A lot of different people who we've done business with. It's just like in life, the way I look at stuff, bro, is like it's all about how you position yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to be able to get in these rooms, you know what I mean, because we know the business side and the creative side of stuff, but it's other pieces, I'm sure that y'all know, that move business. You know what I mean? A lot of that has to do with who who you're around. You can get around one person, man, and that whole situation it just changed, depending on, and I'm not just talking about Ross, it could be anybody.
Yeah.
It's all about you got to constantly be thinking about, you can't get comfortable with your situation. Me, I do a lot of moving around. I touch a lot of hands because I always understand that, your destiny ain't where you at, it's where you create it.
Wow. Last thing real quick. Did you, before you started doing film, did you host Quiet Storm?
We got love.
That's episode 212. Y'all tap in with our brother Swift. We've been working on some stuff on the background also. Y'all might see some more Swift as we do more film reviews, etc. That's episode 212, man. We out.